Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm making salt cod fritters today. Now I have a pound of cod. Now what they tell me to do I didn't do because my husband had taught me how to cook the cod. But they say to soak the cod in a large bowl of water to cover by 2 inches, and they want you to refrigerate it for 1 to 3 days, changing the water 3 times a day to remove excess salt. Then drain well and refrigerate until ready to use. Now what I did was I soaked it overnight in water. I threw the water out, I put fresh water in it and covered it, and then I cooked it until I could stick a knife through it and it was tender. Now that's how I did it. So now they want me to, I'm at this point just letting you know, I was not going to soak it and stick it in the refrigerator for 3 days. That's just me. I'll just do it the other way. All right, you're going to have to pick through it to make sure there's no bones in it. And what we're going to do is we're going to grind this up in a food processor. And it's still salty. I'm not adding any more salt to this. I know you don't need it. So I'm going to be doubling this recipe because there's 4 of us eating, and I know how my sons eat. There's 3 of us eating, I mean. If you have a smaller family, just cut the recipe in half. And somebody joined my page. Oh God, I forgot the name. Welcome. You're very welcome to join. I'm glad you did. Oh God, I can't remember the name. I should have remembered the name. Oh God, I'll have to go back on the phone and check. My son told me, Mommy, somebody joined. And I said, so I want to say thank you to the person who joined. Well, there's no bones in this. This is why I guess I paid so much for this. But I did pay a pretty penny for it. Salted cod you used to be able to get real cheap. It's not that way anymore. I mean, my husband and I spend $2, $3 and we could get a lot of it. And I would just break it up and stick it in the refrigerator and use it when I need it because it's in salt, so therefore I knew it wasn't going to go bad. So, how fine do you want this? As fine as possible, okay. Let's check. I'm gonna have to pick you up for this one so you can see down into it. Whoops. I'm charging you at the same time. So let's see. Let me turn you down. There. Well, we ground it up very fine. Very, very nice. All right, we're gonna be adding other stuff to this, and then we're gonna blend it up again. How much? Let's see. 1 minute. Always get it stuck there. All right, they want 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Hold on, this is empty. I've got to go get some more. As I was saying, they want 1 cup of flour. I am going to, of all-purpose flour, I'm going to add 3/4 of this and 1/4 whole wheat. I'm changing it. See, in Europe, you think you're eating white flour. They make things with white flour. Actually, they add and make sure the wheat germ stays in there flour, but they grind it up. They don't take it all out, whereas Americans do. Okay, I'm just going to make sure how far down to the garlic. Okay. We're going to need 1/4 cup milk. Excuse me, bypass that. Skip. We need 1/2 a cup of milk. How could I mess that up? Oh, I did. It was 1/2 a cup of milk. How could I mess that up? We need 2 eggs. Remember how I showed you to do this? You support this egg like this. This is what you're going to hold. But you're going to use these 2 fingers. When you hit in these 2 fingers, you lock in and you pick it up once you crack it. Ah, that was low. That was really low. Come on, come on, come on. See? That's how you do it with one hand. There are some recipes where you actually have to be able to do it, unless you have somebody in the kitchen with you helping you. All right, we need 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. At least you don't have to worry about salt, that's for sure. Okay, a rounded 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice. Okay, got that. Do I have to put, okay. We need 2 garlics minced. I'm going to move this to the side, okay? Now, if you don't have a paring knife and you have a big knife, you can sit there and what you do is take the garlic, peel it, okay? Then sit there, put your knife on the side, lay the garlic down and smash it and then chop it and it's as good as minced if you don't have a paring knife. Oh. Where can I put this? It's a bit crowded up here again. I told you I have a very small work area. I need more counter space. I just can't get some things done. I'm still waiting for the cherries to come out to make that rice pudding. I read that recipe, how it was put together. I said, oh God, this is going to be so good. Now the reason they want the garlic minced, you don't get a big flavor of it, but it'll be spread out. I have bought some black garlic. I want to try it. I think I'll do it in a dressing first and see how it comes out there so I can get the good flavor of it. I want to check that flavor out. I don't want to put it in a big meal, which would give me a problem. See, I don't see a lot of chefs mincing anymore. They just slap the garlic onto the counter, so they take a shortcut in doing it. Because everybody wants out of the kitchen in a hurry. Nobody wants to wait for anything. They want everything now. We had to learn, if we ordered something, we had to wait 6 to 8 weeks before we could get it in the mail. The older people know what I'm talking about. That's true. And then when you get it, you're really excited about it. You get it so fast today, it's like, yay, and then it's like I went to make, want to make coconut shrimp. There's one ingredient I can't find. I just ordered it from, I went to the store to see if I could find it. They don't have it anywhere. So I have to order it. It won't be until, what, Saturday or Monday next week, and we'll learn how to make coconut shrimp. I bought everything, but that was the one item that just didn't come through. Now you're probably sitting there saying, but if the blender is going to sit there and mince it up, yes, but it won't. It might miss a piece, and then you end up with a big piece of garlic. That's why we're mincing it, just to make sure. Okay. Now we'll add this in. Be doing a little more chopping, just letting you know. Can I get everything now? Now are we ready for this? Okay. Now we're ready. Oh. No, this has got to go here. This has got to go here. Wait a minute, Sandra. How did I do that? I need to put 4 garlics in mine because I'm doubling the recipe. Sorry about that. I gotta add 2 more garlic. That happens. Let's go back to the garlic. Oh my goodness. Most recipes I don't have to double, but this one I'm going to have to, because I know how we love the cod curry, cod cakes, and now these are going to be fritters, so I know they're going to be good. And when it said only a ½ pound, I said, oh no, I got to double this recipe, knowing my family. And that chicken and spinach that I did yesterday, my son could not wait for me to wake up. First words out of his mouth is, that is delicious, Mommy. What seasonings? I said, the seasoning, other than salt and pepper, is actually the combination of the food. He said, oh my God. He said, that was so good. I said, I thought you'd like that. You see, he's not overly fond of chicken. And when money's tight, you usually eat a lot of chicken and pork. So I can name his chicken dishes that he likes on my hand, and that's it. That's how few he likes. All right, back to mincing. 2 more because I'm doubling the recipe, and I absolutely forgot. Okay, I can't do all these at once. My younger son brought something to my attention. He said, Mommy, I went to a restaurant and I ate. And he said, you know, I thought it was good, but Mommy, something happened with my bowels this morning. And I said, mm-hmm. He said, what would cause that? I said, you know what? I'm going to put a warning out for all of you on this. They're using lab meat. So if you go to a restaurant, you have to make sure, and you have this right as an American, to make sure, even if it's extra money, that you do not want lab meat. Because he told me it was like rubber coming out of him. I said, that sounds like lab meat. So do be careful if you eat out. Question what they're feeding. Do not assume. If they can't answer that question, I would not eat the food. And if they lie to you and somebody gets sick, they're going to be liable for it, and they're going to have to explain what they used. And I did hear that they're going around getting restaurants with chefs to use that kind of meat, to get it into the public, to prove that it's as good as anything else, because chefs are trained to cover flavors and stuff up. So you have to be very, very careful. Eating out, when was the last time I ate out? 5 years ago? And what did I have? I had a muffin and decaffeinated coffee. That was it. I don't want to eat out unless I know what I'm eating. Because it's your body. What you put into it is going to dictate how it comes out. Oh. So do be careful if you eat out. Question it. Make sure that it's real food and that you do not, and you have to tell them, I do not want lab meat. So that's for your protection. We got a batter. That we do. Don't worry, I'll show you. We've still got more stuff we have to chop to put in here. Okay, we're going to chop up some more. Yes, I have a lot of towels in the kitchen from one to another. All right. What are we adding now to this? Okay, pepper those things, okay. So you're going to need 6 scallions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. do you want them? Minced? Okay. Chopped fine, they said. That's what we're going to have to do. Put that there. That can go there. First time I had to clean one of these, my mother didn't tell me they were rings on them. As you pulled one off and the other, I ended up peeling about 5 of them like that. And I said, Mommy, this doesn't work. She got so mad with me. She shouldn't have gotten mad. She should have explained it, you know. But being a mother, I can definitely say I understand that. Sometimes I can't deal with it. Come on, get off. I don't know about you if you're getting summer right now, but we have decided to see the 50s. I turned the heat off. My girlfriend said I turned the heat off. She said I was thinking about turning it back on. So I closed all the windows and said, guys, got some chilly weather coming in. Okay, this one's got to be cleaned. Just cleaning one more off. They did say finely. They didn't say mince, but they did say slice finely, so that's what we're going to do. The reason they give you different onions and stuff is because their strength. Some onions you want a sweet flavor, other ones you want a mild one. So when you say, well, why can't I substitute this one? It's because you're going to change the flavor of it. That's why sometimes I change it, because I don't want that flavor. I want a different flavor. Because remember, chefs sit there and when they create a recipe or something, they're doing it to their taste. They learn all the rules and everything. And they make new combinations up and stuff. Like I've done a lot of short ribs, beef short ribs, but you can see how each one's a little different. Some will use sherry in it, some want this, some want that, some want a dry wine. So you just never know what you're going to get. Each one does it differently. And I know not everybody has the same taste, so I make a lot of different ways so you can decide which way you want. Okay, you put those in to the cod mixture. Okay, they want a hot pepper. Take the seeds out. If you don't want this, I guess you could leave this out. I made a curry the other day. I've already shown you how to do it. And he came in and he said, "What happened to the heat?" I showed him the size pepper. He said, "You used that size? Was that mine?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I put it in there. Believe you me, I put that pepper in there." If you're putting this pepper in, please remember, mince this extremely fine. The smaller the pieces, the better it is to handle. I'm already questioning the heat on this, and they want me to add one to the sauce as well. So I'm questioning it. I think I just want to put a half in. I am not going to put this whole one in. I don't think I could handle it. I just don't think I can. If I have to add some in the other, I'll use the other half of this one so I have it all mild and about the same heat. Because I know how hot this thing can get. I can smell it. Cilantro. All right, a tablespoon. Okay, 2 tablespoons of fresh cilantro. I don't have it. I had it and it went bad in the refrigerator in 2 days, so it wasn't very fresh at the store. So I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of dry. Okay. Okay, transfer to bowl and stir in chili, scallions, and cilantro. I don't have to heat that oven up. Okay, if you want to keep them warm while you're frying them, you're going to set your oven to 300 and put them in a bowl as you fry them up. You know, and put them in the oven. That way they will stay nice and warm when you get ready to serve them. Okay, I'm going to put this in my bag. By the way, the cinnamon raisin English muffins, sourdough English muffins came out beautifully. There was nothing wrong with them. They are nice. Okay, we are going to mix this up. to get the oil, get a pan going, and get ready to fry these up. Now, you can let this sit in the refrigerator if you're not going to make them right away. I have to make mine right away because, you know, my family takes lunches, so I have to do that. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, you're going to need about 1.5 to 2 inches of oil. You're going to have to heat it up to 360, which I'm doing right now. You're going to need a drain bowl, a rack to sit there and put them on to drain the oil off when they come out. I'm turning you and getting you set up. Okay, you're going to be dropping this by teaspoons. I put a paper towel under the rack so that you can drip. Once they've dripped, that's it. And then when we're done with this, we'll make a this is a Caribbean spicy dipping sauce that we're going to be making. So you know it's got hot peppers in it. So I'm going to have to be careful with the hot peppers. That's why I was afraid to put the whole pepper in this, because it could be hot. I can make the hot sauce and adjust that, but this one, once I fry them up, there's nothing I can do. So I'm a little careful with it. So when the oil gets up to 360, I will be back. Okay, we hit 360. I want you to drop them by teaspoons. Use 2 teaspoons. I do not want you to burn yourself. And this is where you're going to have to control the temperature and try to keep it at 360. And these are going to cook fast. If it drops below 360, do not put any in, or you'll end up with them being greasy, and that's not what you want. Because I watch the flame and the temperature. It's cooked very fast, by the way. And set them on a rack to please drain. Because see, you have raw flour. If you don't keep the temperature above 360, you see how they're cooking very nicely. They'll become greasy. I'm going to keep frying these and I will be back. Okay, here they are, salt cod fritters. Now it's on to make the Caribbean sauce for this, which will be in the next video.